Family fam. What's good with you? Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a fantastic, a restful, and a blessed weekend. Moment of silence for Malcolm Jamal Warner, who lost his life in a tragic swimming accident during a family vacation. I know I kind of grew up on the Cosby Show, and so prayers to him and his family. All right, let's get into it. Marty, appreciate that, bro. You people like you are the reason why I do what I do. Those are all outstanding pickups. Shannon Ewing in the building. Hey, sis. Gina versus Gina in the building. Hey, you. Kingdom Defense in the building. X Factor 14. Salute. Floss and Farmer. My God. What's happening with you? Jason Ewing in the building. Salute. Mr. Bullshitter. What's good with you? Big Easy in the house. Tactical Tina in the building. What's good, sis? Faisal, salute the TBG. TBG, are you back home? Are you still roaming the world? Major Havoc, my guy, salute. Coy, go mob. What's good, frat? Coy, did you go down to Clay? Let me know. I didn't make it, obviously. Snap at you. Snap. What's good? What's good? Oh, from Saudi Arabia. Wow. Wow. Well, appreciate you, fam. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you joining in. That is amazing. Lonnie Nellen, salute. Black King 9. Okay, you're in the market for your first 2011. Well, bro, you came to the right place. And if we don't hit up whatever you need to cover tonight, you can always reach out to me on my socials. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm happy to give you any insight or any help that I can. Sugar Bear, what's good? Tatted Cops, my guy in the building. Joe Va. Joe, man, I feel like I haven't hollered at you in a minute, man. I don't know. Maybe since the turkeys haven't been going live as much, I don't see you as much, but good to see you, bro. Hope you are well. Hope the family is well. No, Coy didn't make it either. Dan Ringman, salute. Okay. TBG is back in Japan, just left Korea. The TBG traveled like I be buying guns. Let me just say that. To a veteran 77, what's good? What's good? Denton, what's good, my man? Good seeing you. Scott Sears, salute. Tina, yeah, I got one coming. So it'll be interesting to see. This is one of those kind of budget-friendly 2011s that is available in the LA market. So I picked this one up to do a project build. So I'm looking forward to that one. But that bad boy is going to need some work. All right, let's get into the live. Actually, you guys, this is not my Monday to go live. My Monday to go live was last Monday, which I did, but halfway in, YouTube ended the live unceremoniously because of my intro. I had a little intro video with me shooting, and they thought that it was really live, and they cut off my live. So I wanted to come back and have a redo for two reasons. One, because I thought the topic was on point, and two, because I had a special opportunity that I wanted to share with you guys last week that I didn't get to, so I thought we'd get into that this week. So hold up real quick. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Let me share screen, window. All right. So look, fam, next Monday, we will have the official 2A NLA 50 custom 50 Beowulf giveaway. Now, the way this works is if you were a member as of June 30th, you automatically get one entry into the contest. And what I did, and if you're a non-member, if you became a member after June 30th, or you're a non-member, it is $15 per entry. Now, if you are a member of June 30th and you want to buy additional entries, it's $15. And then for non-members and for members who join after June 30th, then it's $15 per entry. And I will ask Gina, always on it, always on it. My Venmo is 2ANLA. And so spell out the TWOANLA, not the number 2, right? Now, I offered a special offer last week, and those who got it in before the live ended, I got it. You're good. I got your additional entries. Not a problem. But what I am doing for tonight, and this is to prevent me from scrambling around on the day of or the night of the giveaway, I am doing a special where if you enter today, you get 2 entries for $15. So if you, and this is a one night only thing. So you have until midnight tonight. Hit me up with the Venmo. Your Venmo gets you 2 entries versus 1. And so for $15. So if you want 4, then you would send 30. You want 6, 45, etc. So we're going to do that tonight and tonight only. Again, Venmo 2A and LA. I apologize. I don't have access to Cash App, so I can't do Cash App. So Venmo it is, but it's relatively easy to set up, and most people have it. All right. So again, last rules of the contest. If you're a member as of June 30th, you get 1 entry. If you joined after June 30th, you're a non-member or you're a member who wants additional entries, it's $15 per entry, except for tonight. $15 gets you 2 entries. All right? Sugar Bear, come on, come with it. Somebody is going to win. Who is it going to be? Now, next week, when we actually do the giveaway, I'm going to be announcing what the next giveaway is. So, and the next one is off the charts, cool. And we're going to give at least one more gun giveaway this year as well. So I'm trying to give you guys plenty of opportunities. Mook, what's good, fam? What's good? What you see is sunshine. Hey, sis, good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. I will try to address them, or the moderators will try to address them. All right. Now, other point of business. Yeah, so live next Monday, not 2 weeks from now, but next Monday will be the actual giveaway. Like I said, then we're going to be announcing also what the next giveaway is. I should also mention, if possible, mark on your calendars Saturday. Let me try to get to it. You guys know normally I go live on Monday, but Saturday, August the 16th, I will be doing a special live stream that is must-see TV. I'm not going to reveal much more than that, but I promise you, this is the live you do not want to miss. I know it's a Saturday night, and that's usually family night, date night, etc. But trust me, tell wifey y'all gonna go out Sunday. Take her to Sunday brunch. You're not going to want to miss that live on August 16th. Mark it on your calendar. We'll be leading up to that. We'll be releasing more information. So make sure you have that time and space available. It's asking for the last four of your phone number to pay. It shouldn't be. It should be based on the email. Gina, can you help out? Gina versus Gina, can you help out with that? Because I don't think you had to do that, right? You and others have done additional entries. I've never had anybody ask me that before, so something must be amiss. All right. Yeah, because Letho just hit me up right now. Letho just had additional entries, and so it shouldn't be asking you for that, my man. Black King 9, it shouldn't be asking you for that. All right. Tonight, giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a couple of giveaways tonight. I'm going to be giving away this tactical pouch, if you will. And also, we'll be giving away a 2A NLA patch and keychain to go with the bag. So this is for anybody on the live. All people are eligible. And then we will be doing a members giveaway. We're going to be giving away the Sealy Cat CRS6 Pro. This is the RMSC footprint joint that Sealy has recently. So we'll be giving that one out. Thomas, salute. My main man Thomas is in the building. All right. Let's get into the topic at hand. So look, fam, this is I have a video coming out on this topic too that's going to reiterate and reinforce some of the stuff that I'm saying here tonight in some deeper detail. But this is a topic that I've been having recently with a lot of people in my circle. And I thought it would be good if I kind of brought this to you guys. So just by reference, I bought my Atlas Erebus and my Atlas Artemis. I bought them probably 2 years ago now, maybe 2.5, something like that, right? And you guys know how I feel about Atlas. I think they're one of the GOAT manufacturers of 2011s out there today. And you know that forever, I thought that my Atlas Erebus was the best gun that I've ever shot. It was hard for me to imagine anything better. And the Artemis is just an amazing gun too. And when I bought those guns, both of those guns were right around $6,000, and they were readily available. I bought both my Atlas and my Artemis just walking into Covert. They had them in stock, right? This is like 2.5 years ago. Now those two guns are $8,000 each. And there's like an 18-month wait time to try to get your hands on one, unless you luck up somehow and either buy one used or just somebody happens to have one in stock, right? So, you know, if you were somebody who saw my videos back then and was kind of sitting on the sideline thinking about it, should I, would I, could I, you're in much worse shape today than you were a couple of years ago when I was first talking about that. I think about Jacob Gray. I remember a couple of years ago when the TWC9 dropped, and I went into Covert and I was like, have you heard of Jacob Gray? And they were like, no, who is Jacob Gray? And I told them about this all metal construction gun that seemed like really well machined with a good trigger, et cetera, that's priced at the same price like a Staccato P or C2 is. Next thing you know, Covert gets Jacob Gray in stock and it blows up. Now, Covert limited edition Jacob Gray is $3,500, not $2,500 like it was when it first came out. The Hex is $3,500, not $2,500. And so that gun again has elevated in price. I think about my Legion Precision Chirac. I told you guys at the time that I bought my Legion Precision Chirac, the 5-inch version, for all metal Chile grip, red dirt trigger, great componentry, well built. That gun was $3,500 at the time. Now it's $4,500 and hard to find, right? I think about my Venom. Venoms were always expensive, but they were readily available. Now, if you want a Venom, you got to wait 18 months to 2 years to try to get your hands on one. Probably the best example I can give about this is Haze. When I bought my Haze, I was dumbfounded. I went into Covert and they had a Haze in stock, right? And I picked up that gun. I started racking that slide. I did some trigger pulls, and I was like, what? This gun is crazy. This gun is insane. Like the base model at that time was sub $5,000. And the fully loaded island barrel with the colorway and the ports and all of that was like $6,500. So I bought my gun for $6,500, and now that gun is 8 G's, and good luck trying to find one. Good luck trying to find one. Tax out got 8K last week. My EL man. Yeah, I feel for you, cops. I feel for you, fam. I feel for you. I mean, you got some great guns, so don't feel bad about that. But yeah, it's just, man, it's the way of the world. So look, I thought that I would spend a little bit of time tonight kind of talking with you guys about, hold on, did I miss him? Team Blacksmith, my main guy in the building. Salute, fam. Good seeing you here. So I thought I'd spend a little bit of time tonight, and I welcome everybody in the chat to participate too, talking about some guns that I think you should be aware of. Look, if you're not buying because you're putting your money together and you're trying to, accumulate the funds to buy your gun, 100% get it. This is not for you. This message is not for you. This message is for people who have the ability to buy and are just kind of waiting on the sidelines. They're kind of putting it off. They're procrastinating. They don't want to shell out that dough for that gun. I just want you guys to kind of think about the examples that I just gave. Sometimes it is better to buy and cry, buy now and feel the pain than to buy later and cry much more later, or even worse, not being able, the gun prices up so it's no longer affordable for you at all. And so I thought I kind of walked through some of that. Thomas says something. I said, fam, I'm done 2011's DS pistol for the year, working on 1911's. Nice. I saw somebody else new. C. McKee, what's good? What's good, fam? What is good? No, not at all, sis. Not at all. I'm just trying to say, for those people who have the money and have been sitting on the sidelines, it can cost you. And I just want to try to help people out with some of the ones they should be thinking about now. Hold on, where did my man go? Because he said something relevant. Tactica Spatula Actual. What's good, fam? I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, but it's great to see you. He says, I have the ability, or she says, I have the ability to buy super fancy 2011s, but you got to weigh the value versus what you are paying. I think that's 100% right. And I've shared my story many times. When I first started kind of collecting guns, I certainly had the ability to buy the guns, the types of guns you see me buying now, but the thought process of even spending $2,500 on a staccato seemed absurd to me. Oh, I was like, does it shoot itself? Do the bullets, are they heat sinking? Like, what's the deal? So absolutely, you guys need to take that into consideration. We talked about the concept of the minute. Okay, Tactical Scratch said I'm a dude. I figured, but I didn't want to assume and then somebody get mad at me. Um, so, um, so yeah, so we've talked about the concepts of diminishing returns, and so you should always kind of be aware of that. Nice, nice. Okay, so let's get into it. These are the guns. Huh. War here 87. First of all, salute, fam. Well, nice to see you. Hope you're having a great Monday. And absolutely, absolutely. So, look, fam, these are the guns that I would recommend that I feel are at a value proposition now that I could see not being there further down the line, right? And I'm going to start off with a gun that I reviewed a few weeks back. I said at the time that I thought this gun was arguably the best value gun available on the market right now for the quality, for the build quality, the accuracy, shootability, all the above. To have this gun come in at around 3,600 bucks, I don't know, fam. I did a comparison with that gun and the uh staccato XC, and I told you I think it's better. I think it's better for $1,000 less. And of course, I'm talking about the Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid TC. That is the comped version of the DS9 Hybrid made by Masterpiece Arms. That gun is machined so well, fam. It is machined so well. It is so flat shooting. It's an all metal gun. It's got a better grip than the XC. It's got a better trigger than the XC. Now, and Masterpiece Arms has a long track record. And I will say this, and I think Team Blacksmith would probably echo this. Like Masterpiece Arms has taken its rookie dents. Like I don't think the quality of their guns when the DS9 Hybrid first dropped, it went through a little rough patch, right? But I think they are on the other end of that now. I think they are producing great quality firearms, and that gun runs. That gun runs. And I don't know, maybe Masterpiece Arms is just really dedicated. They found their pocket. They found the ability to produce a really, really quality firearm for a very affordable price point relative to the others. And so maybe it stays there. But I find it hard to believe that gun could easily, if they increase the price of that gun to $4,000 or $4,500, or even just below 5,000, I think it's still going to sell. I think it's still going to sell. So if you're looking for a great value-based proposition, that Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid TC is one that I would really be thinking about it. If you're on the sideline thinking it's always going to be 3,600, I would not make that assumption. Major Happy says the first 600 DS9s had issues. After that, good to go. Team Blacksmith says absolutely they have elevated and leveled up. Yeah, I kind of heard that too. That's why I didn't really seek out a DS9 hybrid a few years back, is because I had heard that there were some QC issues with it, that the quality wasn't up to some of the other guns that I was looking to buy. But now, fam, they doing it. They doing it, and doing it well. Captain Special, love you compare price versus value. Yeah, I think two different things. You can have a very, depending on kind of where that gun falls in place, there could be a more costly gun that still gives you value, or a least expensive gun that gives you a lot of value. So I think there is a difference between price and value, 100%. So be norm. I had heard that early on. I can tell you now that in my TC, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. That's one that I would consider after this live. My bad. My bad. Hopefully they're not watching. Hopefully they're not watching. Yes, that's a fact, Jova. Wait, where'd it go? Hold on. That's a fact, Jova, about any gun. It's only worth what people are willing to pay for it. But I have just seen it. I've seen this movie play out now multiple times where people come into the market, they're trying to make a splash, they price their gun accordingly, and they realize that they are not squeezing every ounce of profitability out, and that price inches its way up, and the wait times inches their way up. So again, my goal tonight is to just kind of point out some of the guns that I think are at a price point today that may not be at that same price later. What did my man Warren said? Devil's advocate for a moment. Is the assessment based off private markets or retail? I know Atlas prices on the air charters are being attributed to retooling at the shop. I think it's a couple of things. I think what a lot of these 2011 manufacturers are seeing is a large influx of orders to the point where they cannot keep up with the demand. And so consequently, they're raising their prices to try to maximize profit while lowering down demand to keep things more reasonable. And so again, I'm not, if you're not ready to buy, don't buy. Don't feel pressure. That is not what this is about. I don't sell guns. I don't care what anybody buys. Buy what you can afford, buy what you like or don't. This is strictly for the people who are and come on, y'all. We know these people. We've been these people at times. These are the people that are sitting on the sideline, kind of maybe worried about pulling the trigger or hesitating about it. And I just want you to know that some of these guns are not going to be the same price. 14 jobs for the pilot years easy to achieve the machine for side block comp. Big Murmur, salute. Everybody suggests, well, they're hard to come by too, fam. They're hard to come by too. Trying to get in on one of these drops is not the easiest thing to do. Any chance I would review the platypus? So yeah, the problem is it's really hard to get your hands on a platypus out here in Cali. The only store that I know, the only retailer I know that's carrying them under single shot exemption is 2A Zone. So at some point I have shot the platypus on multiple occasions. I think it's a good shooting gun, although it's not a 2011, but nonetheless a good shooting gun, 2011 style pistol. Do you recommend steel or aluminum grip? That's a good question. I would say there is no right or wrong answer here. I think it's personal preference, and I think it depends on what you want to use the gun for. Really quickly, some people prefer polymer grips because they feel like there's some give there. It feels better in their hands. It's lighter weight. That's not how I move, but I understand it. An aluminum grip doesn't add a lot of weight, but it's metal. To me, has a better feel to it. If you're planning on carrying a gun, for instance, or you're planning on like shooting it all day, then you might appreciate the lighter weight of an aluminum grip. A steel grip is going to mitigate recoil, but it's going to add a lot of weight to your gun also. So those are the things I think you should consider when you're trying to decide between a steel or aluminum grip. I'd say what's the purpose? Love the Fowler, great shooting gun. All right, guys, salute. If I think it's going to end up on the roster here at some point in California, so probably. Tell me about it, Big Easy. Whew. Dan Raymond, I would agree. Everybody that I've talked to about it has said that. Hard to get here in Cali, so I haven't had a chance to shoot one yet. Haven't shot it, so I'm not sure, Joe Bob. All right, real quick, I'm going to catch up on the chat. Let me get to the next gun. The other gun I feel like people shouldn't sleep on, and it's so funny. I just talked to the owner today. We were kind of going back and forth and chopping it up, and that's Race City Defense. Race City Defense guns have the build quality, in my opinion, of like a $6,000 gun. They really do. They really do, especially the Mod 2 that's about to drop. I'm picking that one up to do a review on it later this week. So stay tuned. I've already done a review on the Mod 1, and now the Mod 2 has come out. And so the porting pattern has changed on between the 1 and the 2, and the aesthetics of the gun have changed some from the 1 to the 2. I did a short on Instagram of that gun. Look, Race City Defense has said their goal is to try to give you more for less. So I think they want to stay in that price range where they are, but make no mistake that with the quality that they give you, that they could easily charge another $1,000 to $1,500 for that gun, and I think it would still sell. So that is something you should be aware of. Okay, Matthew. First of all, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you found the channel helpful. I would also consider that Masterpiece Arms DS9 TC that I told you about. If you're out here in Cali, I definitely understand why you'd be looking at the Apache because they're more readily available. But yeah, thanks for joining the channel. Much appreciated. CDL, what's good? Hank the Tank, what's good, fam? Just be lucky to get a Venom quad port. Shut the ah! Yeah, if you can get one, they are tough. They are tough. Coming soon. Coming soon, X Factor. All right, I caught up. All right. The next gun that I think you guys should really be keeping your eye on. Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to put it up here, War here 87. So I remember to answer it. But the next gun I think you guys should kind of be aware of is that Cardinal Arms G2. They hit you initially with the original version. I know that there are additional versions of this gun that are coming through to hit the market, ported versions and others. So be on the lookout for that. That gun is really, really, really well made. I don't see that gun elevating in price crazy, but I do see wait times for that gun extending out longer. A lot of people were not on board with that gun when it first dropped because they hadn't heard of Cardinal. They didn't realize that Cardinal was owned by a company that has a long, long history in the space. So a lot of people set back. And now the wait time for that gun has already started to extend out. Again, do I see that gun going to 8 grand like some of the others? It could, but I maybe not. But what I do see is the wait times being extended out further and further and further and further. So just be cognizant of that. Are there any? Yeah, yeah. Now I'll say this: most of the guns that I buy, no, because I try to do my homework up front. I look at a lot of reviews. I talk to the manufacturers. I talk to retailers. I try to get my hands on stuff. And so the stuff that I buy, which is 95% of the stuff that you see on my channel, those guns are usually good because I've done a very good job vetting them out. Where I see more of this is like at SHOT Show. Like a lot of people may like that 2311 gun. I'm not feeling it. I didn't like it. Just me. Just me. A lot of people love the Kimber. I thought it was cool and I thought it was good for the price, but I wasn't wowed by it. Like it wasn't so great that I was like, oh, I gotta have it. Kinda. It was good. It was a good gun, no doubt about that. And for the price, I thought it was solid. But yeah, there are some guns where I'm like, yeah. Like I'll give you a good example. There are some people who rave about like the Gun Crafter series, the AAF series that are sold by Convert. I've reviewed some of those guns. They're great shooters, but I don't like that style. That's not my jam. They're more 1911 than 2011. No full length dust cover, stuff like that. Not my jam. So hopefully that answers your question, my guy. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't. Now that said, though, Team Blacksmith did. I believe he has one, or had indicated that he was getting one. I think so. I always tell you guys, don't take my opinion as if it's law or religion. If you like it, I love it. I just was not impressed. For that price point, I would have probably bought some other options out there. Tina, I carry the Cosin 3.5, which is, in my opinion, one of the best sub 4-inch 2011s out there in the space. It's twice the gun that the Staccato CS is to me. I carry the Staccato C2, but my C2 has been monsoon tacticalized and then skips guns hooked up. So it's kind of like C2 in name only. One Team Blacksmith said he has one coming soon. So again, like just because I'm not enamored by a gun doesn't mean other people aren't. I know Team Blacksmith loves his Kimber. And that's another gun. Like if you want that version, that copper version of that Kimber, I forget the name of it, but it's very difficult to find now in 9mm. You'll see them in 45, but it's very hard to find that version in 9mm now. So that's another example where sometimes you got to jump on stuff if you really like it. If you really like it. No hot take on it. I haven't had a chance to lay hands on it. I haven't seen anybody that I trust review it yet. Everybody that kind of talked about it, they were all at the SIG event. So are they going to say negative stuff about the SIG gun at the SIG event? Probably not. Probably not. That's inhospitable. So yeah. So we'll see. AAF. AAF makes very good guns. I don't like the kind of old school aesthetic of them. But that said, my understanding is that they're about to drop a new line of like kind of modernized pistols. So stay tuned for that. All right. Last gun I said, this gun is not out yet, but I can definitely see this gun shooting up. And that's the Miller Precision comped and ported 2011. That gun is probably going to drop in the next 30 to 60 days. Probably going to come in at a price point around $4,500. If it blows up, I think it is, probably not going to stay there. So if this is one you want, I know this is a gun that a lot of people are looking out for. Think about that. Think about that. No problem. Look, bro, that bill was nasty. That bill was nasty, bro. You did that. You did that, my man. Great job on that bill. 100%, man. The look of it. So I saw that gun prior to SHOT Show, and when I saw like the images of it, I was like, oh, now this gun looks incredible. That's how much? I was like, oh. And so I really, really had my eye out on it when I went to SHOT Show. And when I got to SHOT Show, it didn't wow me. I shot it. It shot really well. It didn't wow me the way it did when I saw the initial pictures and the initial video. That said, I think it's a really good looking gun. I think it's a good gun. Team Blacksmith owns one and has shot it and really likes it. I trust his opinion. So if you want to know more about that Kimber, make sure you're subscribed to my man Team Blacksmith's channel and take a look at his review of it. Do you see Tier 1 Rafferty Venom sales continuing to go up? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I do. I because it's, bro, Covert has closed his books on Venoms. Don at Venoms kind of closed his books. Same thing with Hayes, bro. They're so far backlogged that to kind of calm things down and get them their ability to keep up, I think they're going to probably continue to raise prices. Will do, my man. Appreciate you. Much love. Much love. An Entrepreneurial Diary, Shamika, what's going on, sis? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's keep it going. So we talked about so far the Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid TC, the Race City Defense RC9 Mod 2, the Cardinal Arms G2, the Miller Precision ported and comped gun. This next one is one that I think, hey sis, hey Siege, this next one, I think, this one caught me off guard, and I got my hands on it. Look, let me tell you about my guys at Covert, right? Those are my boys. Everybody that works at Covert, including the owner, are great, great guys. And they're gun nuts, all of them. They're gun enthusiasts. It's why they do what they do. But sometimes they'll come at me like, oh, wow, you aren't going to believe this. It's amazing. And I'm like, oh, okay. This was one of those guns where I was like, oh, okay. They were super hyped up about this gun. They were like, no, it's incredible. It's great. And it's because, and it was a Phoenix Trinity gun. Now, I own the H-Tech. I think that's a great gun, but kind of Phoenix Trinity's customer service issues are kind of well documented. And so I was hesitant. I own one H-Tech already. This gun was more expensive than the H-Tech. So I was like, eh. And they gave me one as a test gun so I could go out and shoot it. And fam, when I shot this mother, when I shot it, fam, I was like, this gun is insane. The recoil impulse in this gun is non-existent. It felt like I was shooting a 22. It was so fast and so light that I was like, I could shoot this gun literally. You can take that gun to the range, shoot 2,000 rounds through it in a single range session and not feel like you even shot. That's how easy it is on you, right? And after that, I went back and I hollered at my man Jeff at the Weapons Collective. I hollered at my man Major Havoc. I hollered at my man Team Blacksmith, right? Jeff at the Weapons Collective just bought one on just off my word. Just ordered one, right? My man Major Havoc had a conversation with Covert, got one in his hands. Now, when their reviews dropped shortly after mine, they said the same thing I did. This gun is crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It usurped in terms of felt recoil and fun. It usurped my Erebus. It did the same thing for Jeff at the Weapons Collective. And Major Havoc, who tests guns for damn near a living, was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Now, this gun is $6,500. It's a limited run. Wait times have already increased. I could see either A, them not continuing to do that gun because it right now it's scheduled to be a limited run, and or I could see that price going up. So this is another one where if you're thinking about it, sooner than later is probably the way to go. Yes, that's another good option. Another good option, B. Norm. All right, so that's what I would think about that Honcho V2. That's something that I would definitely consider. Now, this next one, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go up in price. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe yes, maybe no. I've gotten to know the owners. I think they're feeling good. Like this gun, this manufacturer, a couple of years ago, their guns were kind of at 3,000. Now they're right around 4. So they've already had a price bump. And I think they're in a sweet spot because I don't think there are a lot of people at like right around $4,000 that are delivering a gun as good as Cosin Arms is delivering right now. It's a great value gun. And this is another company that, similar to Masterpiece Arms, a few years ago, they were not bringing quality the way they're bringing it now. They have really stepped up their game in terms of the quality of the build and in terms of the aesthetics of their guns. They have really taken it to another level. And I'm a fan. I carry the Cosane 3.5. Like I said, that 3.5 is, in my opinion, is the best sub 4-inch gun out there on the market, not named Infinity. And Infinity would be more than double the price tag. And so I love what they're doing. I don't know that they're going to jump up, but I can see their wait times being extended out. So that's one you should also be considering. I'm getting everybody's additional entry, so I got you guys. Don't worry about it. For those that came in late, I am giving away my 50 Beowulf that is right behind me back there. I'll be giving it away on next Monday's live. And again, the rules are if you're an existing member, you as of June 30th, you get an automatic entry. If you are a member after that, or you want additional entries, or you're not a member at all, additional entries are $15, except for one night and one night only, which is tonight. For $15, you get 2 entries. So if you're interested, Gina, Gina versus Gina has my Venmo in the chat. Let me just put that up there so you guys can see. It's 2A NLA Venmo. So make sure you get in on that. This is the first giveaway we're doing this year. We're going to at least do 2 more. And next week, now, to win the gun, 2 more things. Let me say this. To win that gun, 2 things have to happen. Number 1, you have to be present in the live. If I pull your name and you're not here, I'm pulling again, because I'm not chasing people down to give them their gun. You don't have to come on screen, but you have to be in. You have to be present in the live. Okay, that's number 1. And number 2, you have to be able to receive it in your state. So be aware of that. Okay, everybody. No doubt. No doubt. Absolutely. So we're giving away that gun next Monday at our live. And next Monday's live, I'm going to be announcing to you the next giveaway, which will probably drop around September. And then our final giveaway of the year will be towards the end of the year, where I'll be giving a 2011 away. So make sure, if you're not a member of the channel, for why? For why? You should be. You should be. I'm giving great giveaways every single live, which is, generally speaking, usually every other week. This is kind of a special edition because my live got cut short last week. So just be cognizant of that. Race City Defense, would you go for 4.6 or at 5? I know you'd probably try both. I think that's a personal preference thing. Generally speaking, 4.6-inch guns are considered, 4.5, 4.6-inch guns are generally considered optimal for 2011s. But I like the look of a full-size gun too, and the feel of a full-size gun too. So I just think it depends on you, Scott. Both of them are great. They don't to me. They don't to me, but some people be knowing would say all 2011s look alike. So they don't to me. I think the Race City Defense Mod 2 looks more like the Cardinal to me, because it's got that polished finish on it. Nope. What's good? Welcome to the chat. 4.6 covert RCD is sick. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I got one more gun that I want to talk to you guys about. Let me see if I can find it and share my screen with you. Let me do it this way. I think it's up here, right? Yeah, it's up there. Okay, let's do this. Let's do share screen. All right, fam. I have the initial covert is coming out. Is repping a new 2011 made by Dark Forge called the Wraith. There are 3 different versions of this gun. There are 4.6-inch polymer grip. That's the one you see there. That's the one I'll be talking about in large part on this video. Is dropping tomorrow morning. It's an initial impressions video. I haven't shot the gun yet. I will be getting one in my hand soon to test out. So they got a 4.6-inch polymer. They got a 4.6-inch steel. And then they have a 5-inch ported and comped with an aluminum grip. I'm sorry, 4.8-inch aluminum grip, not steel. They don't offer steel grip right now. So those are the 3 variants, ranging from like $5,000 to $7,000, depending on the variant. Now, I say this This is not one where I'm saying prices are going to jump through the roof. This isn't even one I'm saying wait times could get extended way out, although they could. Uh, this company has a lot of capacity. They have the ability to put out a couple hundred guns a month. This gun is 100%, and they make 100% of the parts that go into this gun, with the exception of the trigger, which is an Atlas trigger. Now, most people have not heard of Dark Forge. Similarly speaking, a lot of people had not heard of Cardinal, right? Cardinal Arms. But the company that owns Dark Forge, has been white labeling high-end 2011s for a long time. They've been around longer than most of these 2011 manufacturers out there. So don't let the lack of name recognition throw you. Now, I haven't shot it, so I can't say, oh my God, it's incredible. But I will tell you just a little quick reveal that I was impressed with what I saw. And I'll talk a lot about this in the video tomorrow. And so, just FYI, I really like the looks of this gun. I think it's very unique. I love the serration pattern. I love that they go down to the frame. It has a very unique kind of porting system in it. And so, interesting gun, one for you to keep your eyes on. I'm not saying you need to run out and buy it or anything like that. This is just an interesting gun. It could take off. Um, they've got covert. They've got the covert machine supporting them. Like I said, Atlas is working with them. Atlas is providing all the triggers. So keep an eye out on this gun. That's what I would say about that. This is one just to kind of keep your eyes on it. Then said he ordered the Reaper. He wants the Wraith too. I ordered the Reaper. I have the Reaper coming in, but I will get a Wraith to review. So when I get the Wraith, I'll talk about the Wraith. I'll kind of compare the Wraith to the other guns that are kind of in that range. How does it compare to my Fowler? How does it compare to my Combat Precision? How does it compare to the Cardinal? How does it compare to the RC9? We will have those discussions, believe me. If I could only get one MPATC or cosine, I don't know if that's, first of all, salute fam, welcome to the live. I don't know if that's a good comparison, because I think the two guns are very different. If I was getting a cosine 3.5 porty, the reason I'm getting the 3.5 is because I want a carry gun. And so if you're looking for a carry gun, then I would say get the cosine. The MPATC is a full-size gun. So if I'm looking for just a shooter, just a full-size shooter, either to compete with or go to the range, I'm getting the MPATC. So those to me are not like head-to-head comparisons. They're in like two separate categories. So I think it depends on what you want the gun for. I wish Takata would give us more of their lineup besides the HD4. I'm doing a video coming up soon on why, my thoughts on the HD series, so stay tuned for that. I'll be shooting it probably sometime this week, and it'll air probably sometimes in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Fam, are there any guns out there that you guys feel like I haven't talked about that you're wondering about? Now is the time to hit me up in the chat about that. And while we're doing that, hold on. Yeah. Hit me up in the chat. And then hold on. Let me do this. All right, look, fam. Dan, this is one that I was kind of talking about earlier. So Alchemy makes incredible firearms. Nobody can dispute that. Nobody. In terms of the quality of the build, the accuracy of the gun, it's a great gun. I just don't personally, they have a very old school vibe to them. And I don't jam off the aesthetics. That's why I don't have one in my collection because I'm just not in love with their aesthetic. I liked the Cabot Insurrection a lot more. It has a little more modern feel, although you can still see those Alchemy hints into it. Of course, Cabot owns Alchemy now. But great shooting gun. I just don't love the aesthetic. It's more, has a more 1911 look than a 2011 look, than a modern 2011 look to me. But if that's your vibe, then I would consider Alchemy. I would consider Gun Crafters. I would consider AAF because they all have very similar vibes to them. Okay, you have a DS9, but not the TC, but need a new carry, but can only get one. Yeah, if you're looking for a carry gun, I would look at that 3.5 inch ported version that they just dropped. If you follow me on Instagram, I did a little short with it on Instagram yesterday or the day before. Check that out. Check that out. It'll give you a more close up view of it, but it's a good gun. Yeah, I did, and I saw that. I saw that. I mean, Vulcan does it. Vulcan knows how to make an aesthetically pleasing gun. Oh, yeah, man. Black King 9. If you don't mind, drop in the chat what the budget is you have for your first 2011, and then I think I can help steer you a little bit better. I haven't heard Matt from Florida. Salute. I haven't heard of EMG Customs Limited. I haven't heard of them. Are they a custom? My guess is they're a small custom builder. There's a lot of them out there. And so I haven't heard of them. I haven't shot one of their guns, so I really can't speak to that. Uh, Major Havoc, if you're still in here, have you heard of EMG Customs Limited? Major Havoc knows almost every player in the game, I feel like. Yeah. Yeah, that Rafferty Lucky Devil is not a joke. But Rafferty has slowed down their production quite a bit, and the Lucky Devil is very difficult to build. It takes a long time, and so although I think he loves the gun and he loves how great it shoots, I don't think he loves building them. I don't think. Okay, my man says under 5K. Okay, so these are the guns that I would be looking at if I wanted to stay under 5K. I would be looking at the Race City 9 Mod 2. I would be looking at the Cosent Arms. And I would be looking at the Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid TC. So I gave you three. Those are likely the three. If I had $5,000 or less to spend on a 2011, those are probably the three that I would look at. I'd say the best value out of that bunch, all three of those are value guns. They're value rich because you're getting a lot of manufacturing and quality for the price. But the least expensive and probably the best value is that Masterpiece Arms DS9 Comp. I think the Cosent and the Race City 9 are more aesthetically pleasing guns. Plus, they've got great manufacturing. And the price on these kind of range, those three range from 3,600 to 4,500. Those are the three I would be looking at. Okay, he makes guns for all the USPSA guys out there. Okay. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen them out here in California. Keep in mind too, bro, I'm in California. So a lot of these guns, especially smaller man, don't migrate out here unless Covert picks them up. Gabe, first of all, salute, fam. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the chat. Glad to see you in here. Look, relative to making it look better, stand by. Stand by. I did the review on my TC. My TC, I said this a while back. I told you guys when I got my Springfield Prodigy, I was going to make my Springfield Prodigy. I was going to be on a mission to make my Springfield Prodigy the dopest Springfield Prodigy out there. And I think I killed it. I partnered up with DSC Gunworks and we killed it. Killed it. What'd you see what I'm about to do to this MPATC? Woo-wee! Stand by, Gabe. Stand by. Yeah, the Titan is another one. Where is the Titan coming in at on price right now? Isn't that one like 5,900 somewhere in there? If he's, I think that was closer to 6 than it is to 5. So if he wants to stay under 5, I don't think he's going to be able to do that with the Titan. So, well, here's, first of all, Nicholas Riley, salute. Welcome, fam. Welcome to the chat. Glad to see you here. So here's the thing, though. You may be able to get a Fowler, a non-ported Fowler with the standard grip for 5,500. But if you want a ported Fowler with the new Valentine grip, that joint is going to be $6,000 plus. So again, I'm trying to honor, because if you're willing to go to 55, then there's more guns that I would potentially suggest to you. But if you're trying, if 5,000 is a hard stop for you, like if you feel like I'm really stretching to get 5, I really want to be closer to 4,500 or 4 or somewhere down there, I would consider those 3 guns that I gave. Oh, I should also add, where are you, Black King 9? Where are you located? Are you in California? Or are you in another state? What state are you in? Because yes, if you're not in California, I would also consider Bull Armory. Although the guns I gave you are better. Bull Armory is a little bit less expensive. Bull Armory, their ported and comp gun is right around $3,000, a little bit above $3,000. I'd rather have the Masterpiece Arms. I'd rather have the Ray City Defense gun. I'd rather have the Coast. And I just think they're better manufactured. But value-wise, the Bull Armory is a great value. Yeah, Major Havoc, 5,700. I think he's talking about the Coast. Oh, you're in a free state. So that's good. So consider Bull Armory too. Add that as a 4th to your mix. But I think the 3 I gave you are rock solid. Are rock solid. I think if you bought any one of those 3, you're not going to be sorry. You're not going to feel like you got cheated or anything like that. Those are really, really good, really, really good guns. All right, look, fam. Hold on, let me share my screen. All right, we're going to give away, for everybody in the chat is eligible for this. We're going to be giving away the tactical fanny pack with a 2A NLA patch and a 2A NLA keychain, right? And so what I need you to do is in the chat, let me find it. In the chat, put hashtag 2011 in the chat. Everybody put hashtag 2011 in the chat. The Kelvin Garrett, salute, fam. The Titan is made by Atlas Gunworks. Atlas Gunworks makes a series of very good 2011s. They kind of start at like the upper, like right around $6,000 and kind of go up to like $8,000. But all good shooting guns. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. So again, this giveaway is for 2A NLA keychain, 2A NLA patch, and a tactical fanny pack from Van Quest. Van Quest makes good bags, y'all. Oh, 706 Tactical said he had his first Atlas warranty claim today. They don't happen often, but when they do, Atlas is very good about getting your gun, fixing it, and get it back to you guys. I've told you guys my story about my Type A EG11. I had the third serial number 3 Type A EG11. When I got it, it wasn't operating properly. I sent it back. It took them a month to get my gun back to me. I just thought that was really unacceptable customer service. And in the beginning, Dan Raymond, appreciate you, bro. Salute. And in the beginning, they were trying to act like kind of I did something. No, your gun was jacked. Oh, you broke an extractor during a USPSA match. Well, they'll turn it around, fam, quickly. Kelvin, I've got one coming. I love the way that gun looks as well. It's a great shooter, too. I got a chance to shoot it at SHOT Show, the short version and the full-size version. Good gun, very unique look to it. I like that, too. I don't think it's not up there with the Atlases of the world or Hayes, or it's in that mid-tier, but it's very unique, has a very unique look, and I like that. I like that. All right, look, this is the last call for alcohol. If you want to be eligible for the patch, the keychain, and the Van Quest bag, put hashtag 2011, and we're going to start the drawing in 1, in 2, and go. Flossin' Farmer. Flossin' Farmer, salute, fam. Congratulations. So Flossin' Farmer, here's what I need you to do. Go to 2anla@gmail.com. 2 spelled out though. TWOANLA@gmail.com. Shoot me your name and address, and I will get your bag and your keychain and your patch out to you, my man. Congratulations. Gina has the email address there. I'll drop it there. Shoot me an email tonight, and I will try to get that out to you this week. Congrats to Flossin' Farmer. All right. One last reminder, tonight and tonight only, $15 to my Venmo, 2ANLA, 2 spelled out, TWOANLA, gets you 2 entries tonight instead of 1. After tonight, it'll just be $15 for 1 entry. So I'm seeing all the ones come in. Great job. On that, I'm looking forward to seeing who is going to win next week. Jada Budget Gunfire was the winner. So I've done a few giveaways on my channel. I did let me buy your next gun for you video where I gave $1,000 towards somebody's comp. I did that one like a couple of years ago. Last year I gave away my hooked up Walther PDP. It was like a $2,000 Walther PDP when it was all done, said and done. And Jada Budget Gun Buyer won that. This year we're giving away 3 guns. This being the first of which at next week's live, we'll give away that one. And I'll tell you what the next one is going to be that we're going to give away. That one will probably happen in September. And then after that, I'm going to be giving the 2011 away. And we're going to end the year likely with that. Okay. Let's look, fam. Let's keep the party going. Now, this next giveaway is going to be this Sealy Cat SRS 6 Pro. This is that RMSC cut joint that Sealy offers. So let me share. This one is a member-only giveaway. Have to be a member at the start of this live. So if you became a member today, you'll be eligible for the next member giveaway. Okay. Where is that? There it goes. Shuffle. First off, I want to say thank you to all of my members. I really appreciate your support. I always try to give back to you. I think most of the people on this wheel have probably won at some point or another. Some have won multiple times. So good luck to everybody. We'll see who will win this Sealy Cat. And I will also give away a patch and a keychain for whoever wins this as well. I should mention that. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Up. Yeah, OSO 0-0. Congratulations, fam. You are the winner of the Sealy Cat, the Sealy SRS 6 Pro, as well as a patch and keychain. Now, here's the deal. For member giveaways, you do not have to be present, but you have to reach out to me by the next live. So you need to email 2anla@gmail.com, or next week, this bad boy goes back into the kitty. All right. So you snooze, you lose. You have to be present. All right. Well, look, fam, I think we covered it. I think we covered it. We had some good giveaways. We had some good conversation. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. Again, I am not trying to pressure anybody into buying something that they are not ready to buy or they are unsure of. All I'm doing is kind of looking at the landscape and giving you some ideas of the guns that are pretty readily available now at prices that I think are as ideal as they are going to be. And so be on the lookout, because these guns either A, may no longer be available, have extended wait times, or cost you more money tomorrow than they do today. And so that was my sole purpose for this. All right. Bam, I think I'm shutting it down. We've been rolling for about an hour and a half now. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Plus, I got to do back-to-back weeks. So I'm happy to cut off just a little bit early. All right. Look, make sure you check out the Dark Forge premiere tomorrow. Hold up. Let me see if I can bring that back up real quick. Real quick. Hold on. Where is it? Yes. Make sure you guys check out that Dark Forge premiere tomorrow. Like I said, you guys are going to be the first ones to see this gun on YouTube. Nobody else has one. No, there's no other videos available for it. This is going to be the first exposure of this gun to the marketplace. So make sure you check out that premiere. All right? That's it, fam. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.